What on earth is going on with the Boston Red Sox, folks? Welcome into Bad for Baseball, the baddest baseball podcast on the internet, presented to you by Betway. Boston's falling to bits. I mean, they're getting in fights with, what was it?
With Tyler Anderson.
Anderson. We're getting trade rumors with some of their biggest pieces. Things are not going well over there in Fenway, so we're going to break down what is going wrong with them, if they should be trading away some of their big stars, with maybe even Jeff Passan is advocating for. So we're going to break all that down and more. Please hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and of course, let us know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. Let's start off by just showing you where they are right now in the standings. Not where they want it to be, man, after 2 months of baseball. Not where I thought that they were going to be, but that's where they are.
No, I mean, they were one of the favorites in the AL East, honestly, going into the season. Look at that, 30-34. Now, I guess the one thing that you kind of hang your hat on if you are a Boston Red Sox or a Boston Red Sox fan is that the run differential still looks pretty decent. It's plus 13. I mean, you look right ahead of the Toronto Blue Jays, who got a 32-29 record. They're -9. So, theoretically, you should be ahead of them. But
actually, yeah, the expected win-loss is 33-31, right?
Exactly.
And again, 33-31, that's not the best thing ever. You're not winning American, League East at that point, but you're certainly better than you are right now.
Exactly. And I was curious right before we hit record, kind of seeing, where are they getting all their losses? And it's a lot of tight ball games, folks. 6-17 in one-run ball games, and then you can see in blowouts are 9-7. So that's where they're kind of, when they're winning, they're picking up a lot of runs, but when they're losing, it's just by a little bit. So maybe you could say they're getting a little bit unlucky, but that's caused a lot of tension in Red Sox land and amongst the fan base. Like you mentioned, there was that fight that happened just yesterday morning. They had a day game, and there was a kerfuffle between Tyler Anderson and the first base coach, Flores, and there was some sign stealing that was being accused over there.
That is the accusation right now, is that Boston had figured out some way to relay some type of signs to their guy in the box. Listen, I've said that we are going to enter into a new wave of cheating very, very soon. There's going to be a big scandal with the pitch comm. Maybe it's already starting right now. Tyler Anderson, according to CBC News or CBS News right here, potentially could have thought so. Honestly, this tells me more about Boston than anything else. They're trying anything right now, man. If this is what happened, because they're trying anything.
Because how a first base coach could relay signs with the new pitch comm remains unknown. Because I literally, no one knows until they get caught, right? But again, we don't know. But that was apparently what it was, because something must have caused Tyler Anderson to go nuclear, because you could see right here, they were going off. You had to have someone hold back someone at one point. Literally, look at him coming at him right now, and you had to have another coach kind of step in right there. So it was a complete and utter disaster right there. But that was right before they did win the game later. They did beat the Angels 11-9. The offense did show up. But again, there's a lot of drama going on in Red Sox land, and that's got everyone thinking, maybe they're sellers this coming trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to buy when you're 4 games below 500 and also 4th in your division. Now, Jeff Passan came out with this kind of way too early trade article here, breaking down every one of the teams. And for Boston, he was kind of flirting with the idea of maybe Jarren Duran, maybe Wilyer Abreu could get moved. Now, I personally think that he's throwing this out there just because it's he's right. They could get moved, and they could be, great pieces, like Wilyer Abreu having a nice year, and Jarren Duran, obviously we know what he's capable of. It's very enticing for a lot of other GMs. I just find it hard to believe that Boston would actually do it.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, guys, like we brought up earlier, they're still in it. They still have a good team on paper, and we'll look at it in a bit. They still have the run differential that says you should be winning more than you're not. And trading away a guy like Jarren Duran, who you still have a little bit of control over.
Actually, he's still got a lot of control.
Over.
I pulled up his contract right here. This kind of blew me away. Wow. Jarren Duran, so he's in the, I assume they've avoided his arbitration by paying him out in some
Yeah.
capacity.
Yeah.
And then it's like they got this club option next year, which,
It's a weird looking contract.
It's a weird contract because it's like that club option is basically like, do we think that his ARB will be more or less than that? And then depending on what we think that will be, we would pick it up or not.
Yeah.
But either way, the guy's going to be a free agent when he's 32 in 2029. So they have this year and then 3 more years of control of Jarren Duran. Like, that's a lot. That is a lot of control for this guy. Now, granted, he would get absolutely a haul of either prospects or other dudes back. I mean, this is not his best year, comparatively speaking, to the previous 2, but he's still doing well. He's batting .274. He's got, I believe, 13 stolen bases, and OPS right in that mid-700s. You do anticipate him to, continue to get better as the season goes on. Very quality player, and somebody with that much control, you're getting back somebody elite for sure.
And well, the thing is too, like again, like you mentioned, he has so much control. Like he's just going to be entering his prime. I don't even know if I want to flirt with the idea of like selling it all, like selling a big integral piece of your team here.
Man.
It's the same thing when people bring up like, oh, they're gonna trade Devers. Like, no, you're not gonna trade Devers. Like he's gonna be with your team for so long.
Yeah.
Unless someone is just going crazy and giving you like 2 or 3 MLB ready, like pretty good above average players, like ready to go, and like it's a super great deal with lots of control, but that's just never gonna happen.
Okay. In fantasy land, sure.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody lost their mind and said we need to have Jarren Duran, we will give up anything to get him.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe they make a move, maybe they sell off. But for me, like I look at that Boston team, and can we flash over to their FanGraph rankings real quick? No, the FanGraph, like
FanGraph
their
ranking?
like their roster and everything. I just want to, for me, like I look at the this Red Sox team, and I see a team that honestly, like, it's definitely solid, and there's something here, right? That offense, it's a top 10 offense, top 8 offense. They're 6th in runs scored. That bullpen is really good. The starting pitching, I mean, in my opinion, they're really 1 or maybe 2 good starters away from being one of the best teams in the American League, right? And you got Garrett Crochet, who's a stud, and then you just got a bunch of, like, kind of mid-tier rotation guys. Lucas Giolito is selling for sure.
Right.
But for me, it's like, you just bring in 1 or 2 more starters, and this team is 100% there. So, I just don't see, like, again, maybe somebody loses their mind, maybe they go crazy, but I don't see them making any astronomical moves, including Jarren Duran, and mortgaging their future anytime soon.
No, for me, it feels like you just got to play this year out, see what you got, and then honestly, it's a next off season. We got to go balls to the wall, and they've been trying to go balls to the wall for the last couple seasons and getting like high quality talent, and they did it last year when they got Garrett Crochet. Now you got to do it again, and Alex Bregman. Now you got to do it again. You got to continue to build, and that's also another blow to them, Alex Bregman. Like,
yes, and that is
huge.
Definitely like he was having an incredible year, and he has been on the injured list for a little while now. Will be on the injured list for at least another month or so. So that's not good for them in any capacity. But I still like this Boston team. I still think that eventually you're going to see the other shoe drop. It is troubling times right now over there in Fenway, but I'm thinking that things are going to change.
They should change eventually, right? And I think, honestly, this FanGraphs, I like this little graph that you got up right here. I think that, like, that sinking, plummeting action right there is just a result of, like, their actual standings. I think it's going to all come back around. For me, they're going to be floating around that 500 mark. Maybe they flirt with getting over it. Maybe they do get over it in a couple months or so. But they'll be back. They're a good team.
So you got something from Betway?
Yeah, I do got something from Betway. This is all I got right now on Betway because they don't play a game today. They removed a lot of their like future lines. The only one that involves the Boston Red Sox is outright winner in the American League. You've got the Red Sox 19 times your money. So if you believe, which I do not, that they will win the American League, there are a ton of other teams that are way ahead, like the New York Yankees, like the Detroit Tigers.
That's kind of the problem. It's the competition's a bit too good for me to be taking that. But I do still think that they got a shot at playoffs if some of those one-run games start going in their direction.
Yeah, like that's the one I wanted to pick because I would imagine that they probably have some pretty good odds right now that like they're not going to make playoffs. So if you did say that they were, once that line opens up, you can go play it on Betway, everybody. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below about the Boston Red Sox. Do you think it's just an anomaly? Do you think it's just like, oh, maybe they'll come back? Maybe it's just they're just going through a rough patch? Or do you actually think they're cooked? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. We will catch you next time.
Cheers.